Been over 2 decades in the making, built on resilience, faith, and determination. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrin. Great job.
Hi everyone, my name is Carrin Fernandes, owner of Carrin Fernandes Therapeutic Massage and Coaching. I'm a licensed massage therapist for 25 years. I specialize in pain management, chronic repetitive injuries, and advanced neck work. I was trained out in beautiful Summit County, Colorado in the year 2000. I am also a certified life, health, and bereavement coach. My niche in coaching is helping people to develop a deeper personal daily relationship with the God of their understanding in order to create and manifest the life of their dreams. I believe the desires of our heart are placed there by God. Helping people out of pain is my life's passion. I opened up my massage practice in Westfield, New Jersey in 2009. I only had $5,000 to my name, so I couldn't afford to advertise. I couldn't even afford to have a residential and commercial space. At the time, I was living with my father and 2 of my sisters in Cranford, which is 3 minutes down the road. Shortly after I got my office space, my sister told me I could no longer live home, that it was my childhood home, but not my home now. My dad was upset and wanted me to be able to stay, but they were paying the maintenance and upkeep for the house. So I started to sleep in my office on my massage table, and I would come home every day to shower and spend time with my dad. Eventually, my sisters didn't want me coming home to shower, but my dad put his foot down and said he paid off the mortgage, and I could come home to shower. I have no resentment or bitterness towards my sisters. I love them, and I see how everything in my life happened exactly how it was supposed to. My office space was actually quite big. It was in the basement of the building. I had a large meeting room area, 2 therapy rooms, and a private bathroom. My landlord didn't care that I slept there. Sleeping in my office on my massage table at first was out of necessity, but over time my business grew to where I could afford to have 2 rentals. But I knew if I had 2 rentals, I wouldn't be able to go home every day and spend time with my dad. A still small voice inside my heart told me, stay where you are, and so I did. And I slept on my massage table in my office for the next 14 years. And I'm so glad I did. It gave me so much time with my father. My father was my anchor, my mentor, and my spiritual companion. My dad died in 2021, and my whole family was devastated. 6 days after my dad died, I had an epiphany, and I felt God telling me I chose the right path. Still, the grief was overwhelming, and I knew I needed to find a deeper purpose in my life, or I was going to be overcome by this grief. So I did some seminars in the Hollywood Hills, and I trained to become a certified life, health, and bereavement coach, where I learned to help people to shift their mindset, let go of old, outdated beliefs, to break down paradigms, to step out into the unknown and create new paradigms, to let go of victimhood, bitterness, resentment, anger, blame, and jealousy, to look at life as a place of co-creation, not competition. But I knew if I was going to be the best coach I could for others, I was going to need to do these things first for myself. I always wanted to move back to Colorado. It was a dream of mine for over 12 years, but I was never willing to be that far from my father. But now was my opportunity. It still was a huge risk. Because my business was thriving by now. My average client was with me over 13 years. So I prayed and discerned. And exactly today, 2 years ago today, I left New Jersey to step out into the unknown and to move sight unseen to Colorado Springs. Once I did this, I saw so many synchronicities and things come into alignment. I had no idea that the area code out here was 719. That's my parents' anniversary and a very big number in my family. My mom and dad used to play the lottery, and every night we used to root for 719 to come out. I also found out that the church I go to, Sacred Heart in Old Colorado City, was directly affiliated to a missionary work I did at the Brother Andre House in Phoenix, Arizona in 2006. To me, those were God winks, letting me know I was exactly where I needed to be. I also struggled through some hardships these first 2 years. 3 weeks after I moved, my oldest sister, Debbie, who was 18 years older than me, and more like a second mom, got sick and was diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor. She died within 7 months.
I was only able to go home twice to visit her. Once again, I was thrown into grief and deep regret for not being there daily to see her. I also myself was diagnosed with the autonomic nervous system disorder and low blood pressure, which was accompanied by extreme fatigue, exhaustion, blurry vision, and dizziness. I didn't realize how expensive it was going to be out here. My bills tripled coming out here. I didn't know anyone, and it was hard to reestablish my business. And I wondered if I made a mistake moving out here. But then I realized I was in the in-between time, a place most people experience in life, especially when stepping out into the unknown to create something new. So I practiced gratitude for what I did have, and I realized it was a time to deepen my trust. And through that trust, I developed more faith, patience, perseverance, and fortitude. And I knew that I was still exactly on the plan with God. And so my business started to grow, and now I have 128 five-star reviews on Google, and I'm starting to coach on bereavement. I see the in-between time is essential and necessary. It grew me in so many ways. I no longer look back on my life and have any regrets, shame, or embarrassment for the way I lived. Helping people out of pain is my life's passion. If you are experiencing any physical aches or pains, or feeling stuck or stagnant in life, or craving a deeper purpose in life, let's connect. Thank you.